Hi everyone, and welcome to our session, How to Build High-Velocity Teams with Jira Service Management. I'm Vincent, and I'm one of the product managers at Atlassian, and with me I have Emily, who is the product marketing manager here at Atlassian. We're really excited to walk you through how Jira Service Management works and how it can help your teams operate at high velocity. Here at Atlassian, we're on a mission to help all our customers, big and small, eradicate bad service management. The kind of service management that causes teams to work in silos, making it impossible to deliver great service experiences. We've seen teams deal with problems such as bloated budgets, to painful onboarding, irritable teammates, and sluggish timelines, and we're here to put an end to BSM. That's why we've built Jira Service Management, a full-fledged ITSM solution that brings together development, IT, and business teams together to address these problems in ways that no other vendors can. Why do customers choose Jira Service Management over the alternatives? Three things we hear constantly. First, it delivers value fast, without the cost and complexity of traditional ITSM solutions. It's a lot easier to set up, use, and maintain. Secondly, unlike traditional ITSM solutions, it brings together development and operations team closer together to keep your critical service up and running. Thirdly, it makes it super simple for every team, across HR, finance, and beyond to deliver support without a heavy reliance on IT. We also hear from our customers that they are always looking to right-size their ITSM solutions and cut their bloated budgets, especially with economic downturn. In fact, recent research from Gartner says that 8 out of 10 IT organizations overspend on ITSM by 50%. One transformation story I like to call out is Engie, a company with over 170,000 employees that focuses on delivering low-carbon energy solutions and services. Guided by a new customer-centric vision and mission, the team at Engie Mexico realized it's time to transform the service management process so it could in turn provide their customer and employees with great service experiences. However, the existing solution, ServiceNow, was incredibly complex and hard to configure. They were spending huge amounts of time and money just trying to keep pace with the velocity with which Engie teams want to deliver new services. By switching from ServiceNow to Jira Service Management, they cut costs by 67% and freed up over 200 hours per month of the technical team's time to focus on more valuable added work. Customers like Engie sees a quick return of investment with Jira Service Management because it's easy to set up, and with our transparent pricing, you will see greater value when comparing us to other market solutions. Based on the recent report by Forrester, customers using Jira Service Management saw a return on investment of over 277%, $4.2 million in total benefits of over 3 years, and a $2 million in cost savings by retiring the previous IT service management solution. They only took an average of 4 months to deploy, and we expect payback in under 6 months. But first, what is Jira Service Management? Jira Service Management is Atlassian's IT service management solution, built on the same foundation as Jira software. It addresses core IT use cases, as well as many business-centric use cases. Teams use Jira Service Management to centralize and respond to service requests and incidents, streamline changes, collect and maintain knowledge, manage assets and configuration items, and much more. With Jira Service Management at the center, you can easily expand and take advantage of the advanced collaboration capabilities of Confluence, the notification capabilities of Status Page, the Agile and DevOps capabilities of Jira software, and more. You can also expand even further beyond this to deliver a better service management and DevOps experience. With many of our third-party partnerships and integrations, along with our third-party partners of the marketplace with over 1,000 apps to assist you with your unique features or integration needs. Here at Atlassian, we believe in a team-based approach. What does that actually mean? In legacy help desk tools, internal and external customers submit their requests or report their incidents through a service catalog. These records are routed to the central service desk, where they undergo an initial troubleshooting and are finally routed and assigned to the second and third level support teams for resolution. This leads to a slow resolution time and a single forced process for all teams. Through Jira Service Management's team-based approach of autonomy with alignment, customers still go through a service catalog. However, these records are then routed directly to the teams that support them, and all of this is transparent to the customer for a unified experience. Not only does this speed up resolution times, it also gives the autonomy and power to individual teams to build and manage their own record types and the workflow that supports them, all without sacrificing visibility and collaboration across teams. Alright, with this foundational understanding of Jira Service Management, let's dive into Service Request Management. Here, I'll show you how to set up Jira Service Management to allow your organization to intake, track, and resolve requests quickly to ensure everyone gets the help they need from the accountable team. Jira Service Management is flexible, allowing help seekers to submit requests through email and embedded widgets, chat integration with Slack and Microsoft Teams, or a service catalog or portal that can be branded or customized just for your organization. Let's take a look at the service catalog or portal. Here's the look from an internal customer or employee perspective. As you can see, there are numerous offerings from the various teams. The portal itself has customization options to highlight key service desks, hide those that you don't need visible, or leverage smarts to service the most popular one, plus accelerating navigation for the business users. The best thing about a portal is that the person using it doesn't need to know any of that. They just find what they need and Jira Service Management does the rest. You can also use topics to group useful information and request forms across your instance, making it easier for customers to find the information they need more quickly. With the service portal, business users can submit requests, incidents, changes, and any other types of record they need across the entire organization. Something unique I also want to call out is Atlassian's platform-level smarts, which enable advanced search across the entire portfolio, tailoring results based on context and user behavior. Let's see what a service request looks like in action. Our first example is ordering a new equipment such as a laptop. We're going to assume we are Dante, and he's broken the screen of his laptop and need to order a new one. Using data-driven techniques and automation, we're going to significantly increase the speed of this request. But first, let's take a look at the data that will drive this request. Here, we see a list of laptops deployed, those in stock or disposed, who owns them, and the other relevant data points. And here's Dante's. As you can see, the current status is in use. And here we see a list of standard laptop models, along with some standard accessories such as keyboard and mouse. And here's Dante's record, which contains his manager or approver. Going back to the request form, we'll fill in the fields and select from those standard models and accessories, and we'll submit this request. It's here that I will note both the data repository and these fields are dynamic. So if the data updates, such as you get a new laptop model in stock, the form updates in real time. Now, let's take a look at an even more complex example, such as employee onboarding, where we showcase the power of the automated request experience and combine with the power of the data model and dynamic forms. It's lots of information to fill in, such as your name, your manager, department, job role, start date, employment type. Let's go and fill all those information in. We'll order some equipment for them as well, such as some laptops, some monitors, some accessories in the front, and we'll assign the office location. Now, there's many and many more fields that you can fill in, but I'll highlight some of the capabilities that we have with our advanced forms, such as field validation, where it's in place of this field. If you don't match the format listed, it will let you know what to fix before you can submit. And there's also a few other fields with additional data needed, which are dynamically appeased based on the selection. Let's just go and pop in the name we're using here as a submitter and send it off. Okay, so now that's what we've submitted, and here's where I can track my request. And on top of that, I can see where all my other requests I've created, along with the request that requires my approval. Teams also have the capability of exposing status changes to the customer through the portal and allow things such as quick escalations, which they can take a look at on this request here. At Atlassian, we know that everyone has different preferred ways of getting access to support, and we firmly believe in meeting teams directly where they work the most. We make this possible through our conversational ticketing features, which makes it possible for help seekers to request support through chat tools like Slack and Microsoft Teams. Let's see what that looks like. With a simple emoji click, support agents can identify and create requests or ask employees to fill out a form so the agent can capture all the right information. The great thing is that these conversations are seamlessly synced between the chat channel and the Jira Service Management record, giving the agent the preference to work where they want to. We also have our virtual agent capabilities. Let's take a look at the agent side of the Central Service Desk project. The first thing you'll see here are queues. Queues enable your teams to organize customer requests into groups and enable your team to quickly view, triage, and assign requests. As you can see, parent queues sort record by type: service requests, incidents, problem, changes, and postings and reviews. And within each parent queue, you can have sub-queues to further filter records by status and who it's assigned to. You can edit these pre-configured queues or easily create your own one using these pre-built drop-downs. Now, let's take a look at our new laptop request record. Within each record, you have several bits of key information, such as the requester, the type and the reason for the request, the SLA associated with the request, so your team can deliver on the customer expectations. They can be defined by the type of record or fields that make up the record, such as urgency and priority. You can also look at whether it needs some approval and who the approvers are, and then any internal and external comments. You can also see the history or audit of what's occurred, the work log, or any time recorded. You'll also notice that you can consult the knowledge base or create articles directly from there. It's also easy to collaborate by tagging team members on the record. And with the power of data and automation, because Dante reported his laptop was damaged, we've attached here and updated its status. We've also added his manager as the approver and assigned it to the manager all in one step. Going a step further, you can also create a new laptop record in Assets once this record has been approved. These are just some of the fields available, and you can create your own should you need them. Now, it's one thing to capture the right information for the request, but it's another thing to get it done. That's where workflows come in. We'll give you a whole set of workflows to use out of the box, along with common status steps and typical transitions between these steps, including any rules needed, such as approvals. These can be adapted to meet the unique needs of your teams and customers. You can also easily set up different workflows for different types of requests should you need to. Now, let's take a look at the HR request we submitted. As we switch service desks and teams, you'll notice the difference in queues and the types of requests here. That's because of now we're in the HR service desk, and they, of course, have different needs than an IT team. Let's take a look at our request. Here, you can see our parent request along with the form we have created from the service portal, along with several trial records created automatically to distribute that work needed to the teams that support that work. Here's one for the IT teams with a checklist, along with additional requests to set up an employee's laptop, phone, and system assets, which is created by looking up the role we assigned, and its access policy which dictates which system the person should have access to. Here's one for the facilities team with a checklist, along with a request for keycard creation. We even have a field that shows keycards in stock in case the agent wants to assign one right from there. And lastly, here's one for HR along with the checklist. Now, with these checklists, you'll notice that these weren't created by me submitting the request. These are part of a workflow to ensure each team follows the unique process, and these types of forms can be checked for submission before a record can be marked completed, which we'll try to do. And here's the error. This ensures the work gets done consistently. You can also see here that the initial employee record has been created, and once it's complete, it will look like Dante's, which we can see here, and then explore the assets, roles, and location associated with him. Capabilities like this allow multiple people or teams to work on a request with only the information they need for their particular steps. Now, let's dive into incident management and how Jira Service Management enables rapid incident response and resolution, as well as how it helps teams learn and improve so the same incident never happens again. Incidents can come from a variety of sources, and regardless of where they come from, Jira Service Management has you covered. Business users and customers can use the Service Catalog or portal to access a streamlined process that routes incidents directly to the team that supports them. Customers also have access to key knowledge base articles, so they can fix their own issues and only file issues when necessary. On the agent side, agents have access to a global create feature that lets them select the right service desk for the incident in question. Again, saving precious time getting the incident where it needs to go. You should note that anyone with a Jira license can do this. With our native integrations, you can also have access to over 200 of the best monitoring, ITSM, ChatOps, and collaboration tools, enabling world-class alerting and incident routing capabilities. With Status Page, you can not only communicate your own incidents, you can also subscribe to third-party vendors who use Status Page to communicate incidents on services that you depend on. So when they know they have an incident, you do too. With Jira Service Management Chat, our conversational ticketing tool, your users can also submit incidents directly from Slack or Microsoft Teams, taking the work where your people are. Once an alert is routed to the right team, an on-call member can review the incident and determine if it should be escalated to a major incident. In order for this to happen, agent needs timely access to key people and information. Jira Service Management's incident management capabilities make this possible by giving you the ability to quickly bulk link related records together right from the queues you're working in. Once you have your incident record identified, the issue view brings together all the key information so your team can diagnose and resolve the incident as quickly as possible. This includes information such as the service affected, along with the information about the service, key infrastructure information for the affected service and applications that may be related to the incident. This is where we can bring in the power of the asset platform we will talk about in a bit. Also, the related changes against the service. We also leverage the power of AI to quickly service similar incidents, both from the past as well as ongoing incidents, to aid in quicker root cause investigation and resolution. Knowledge-based articles containing run books and other troubleshooting guides, and smarts enable fields like assignment that will suggest assigning based on who is most likely to interact with the type of record you're working on. Within the incident view, the incident timeline shows the entire history of an incident with constant real-time updates, keeping the entire team in sync while also keeping stakeholders in the loop with built-in stakeholder communication capabilities. We also try to make it easier for the team to identify potential causes and roll back recent changes through our incident investigation view. This is where you can review the latest deployment for affected services and roll back to the latest successful deployment, right here within Jira Service Management. To enhance your end user or customer communication, you can utilize your own status page, which is also integrated with the portal to aid in call deflection, thus keeping your agents focused on the incident investigation. Once you have your incident resolved, you can quickly kickstart the post-incident review process to further investigate the root cause, review lessons learned with those affected, and put measures in place to ensure the incident never happens again. These then can be easily exposed to Confluence for broader collaboration. Now, let's dive into change enablement. Whether rolling out new services, managing existing ones, or resolving bugs in the code, Jira Service Management helps teams practice adaptive change enablement, increasing deployment frequency, and generate increasing value to your customers. Here, I'll be showing you how Jira Service Management, along with Jira Software and Bitbucket, help teams deliver value to customers in a constantly evolving environment. In the interest of speed and flexibility, we offer several methods of creating changes. This include the Service Portal, where requests can be made dynamically to support pre-approved standard changes as well as normal changes with any level of depth your development and operations team require. We offer a global create feature where any record of any type can be created by anyone with a Jira license. And we have numerous automation techniques, such as our out-of-the-box Jira software and CI/CD tool integrations, where changes are automatically created as part of a code commit process. This means no input is needed from the developer, thus keeping them focused on what they do best. And thanks to a risk assessment engine, low-risk changes are automatically approved and deployed, while high-risk changes are sent to the right team for manual approval. Now, what about all those medium-risk changes, the ones that aren't risky enough to need a complete manual approval process? Well, Jira Service Management has a unique ability to let the change soak first, meaning if no incident occurs in a set period of time, then the change gets automatically pushed to production. On the agent side, the change request pulls together all the key information automatically, just like the incident view earlier. You'll see information such as change time, affected services, applications, and infrastructure, as well as deployment information. We also pull in contextual information to highlight the risk of the change, such as the service affected along with any in-progress incidents and supporting infrastructure. Our native change risk assessment engine is also here to show potential change conflicts, and based on the timing of the change, additional changes occurring against the service, and any additional potentially related incidents. Once the change is approved, the change team can use the change calendar to view all the past, present, and future changes in one place. This helps you in planning and avoid any change collisions. Filters ensure you can see the change you need to visualize, either by product, service, or status. You can also use the calendar for real-time context into any incident occurring on the service in question. You can also create, edit, and reschedule changes directly from the calendar. And here, we have the change plan templates that are powered by Confluence. This is where all the relevant parties can collaborate in real time, increasing the efficiency of the change execution. Let's talk about knowledge management next. Atlassian believes in the open approach to knowledge management, so you can enable self-service, deflect more requests, and manage knowledge articles while fostering collaboration across your business. You can use knowledge in various places in Jira Service Management. Our first stop is the Service Portal, where our AI-powered smart technology helps surface only the most relevant and most recently used article to the user. Next is within a team service project or service desk themselves, where knowledge can be focused and categorized for easy navigation. Knowledge can also be further targeted to specific request types. One thing to note is that the same search result we use produce different results because we are in a request related to setting up a VPN, further enabling a shift left and getting your business users the help they need. On the agent side, knowledge can be searched just as easily, linked, and sent when needed. Going further into the architecture, knowledge is first started as a space, and teams can have one or multiple spaces. Within a space, you can have pages or articles. For both spaces and pages, you have permissions to control visibility on who can edit a page or just comment on it. Within the space itself, Atlassian brings together market-leading collaboration capabilities powered by Confluence, such as real-time collaborative editing, inline commenting directly on the pages, labeling, and also more than 100 plus pre-built templates so you can get started quicker out of the box. From the agent view, articles can be created via the Jira record both in a template fashion and from an existing incident. Both methods pull fields directly from your record so you don't have to duplicate work. You can also import articles, or you can have your third-party integrations, such as live links from Microsoft SharePoint or Google Drive, embedded right in the article themselves to aid in keeping an article up to date. Feedback on articles can be provided through multiple methods as well. Collaborators can comment directly on the articles, as well as watch or be notified of article changes. Business users can also mark an article as useful. Let me hand you over to Emily to continue talking about our asset and configuration management capabilities.
Thanks, Vincent. Jira Service Management's asset platform allows you to store your assets and any other data objects you wish to track or link to your Jira issues. You define what objects to store, so you can stay on top of the assets that are most important to track for your organization. Unlike repositories and configuration systems of the past, Jira Service Management is flexible and open by design so that you can address any need or pain point you want, whether that's storing data to drive elements in a request, tracking assets, or understanding your service maps and underlying infrastructure dependencies. Let's dive into how it works. The asset platform has 3 levels of data hierarchy. Each is open and defined by you, the user. First, we have object schemas, which can be thought of as separate asset or data repositories that can link to each other. These help users break their data into logical, manageable chunks to help you keep the data updated and secure. Second, we have object types, which define the objects you want to store within the schema. Each of these have a set of attributes that defines what the object is. Example object types include hosts, cloud instances, monitors, anything the user wants. And finally, we have the objects themselves, where you can apply those attributes and relationships. And here is how these different constructs would be represented in Jira Service Management. Again, you can use it for just about anything, from microservices to applications to cloud providers such as AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud, to employees and related information. These are just a sample of the types of schemas you can use and build in Jira Service Management. Organizations also have full control over the relationship types between objects. The object graph view here lets you visualize dependencies graphically and define the type of relationship. Now, how do you actually get these assets into the asset platform in the first place? One way is through our native discovery tool, which auto-discovers on-premise environments like data centers and offices. First, it scans the network, and then data is imported into Jira Service Management to provide information on physical assets, virtual assets, installed applications, licenses, and even patch levels. This way, configuration changes can easily be detected and updated for triggering other practices such as change management and security management with the help of automation rules. Jira Service Management also accepts data from CSV, JSON, and database file formats in case the source system doesn't have standard APIs. You can also import these assets through our API integrations with leading third-party apps such as those seen here, or your own customer system using our APIs. So that's a high-level overview of how Jira Service Management brings an open and flexible approach to asset and configuration management. We make it easy to extend service management across the enterprise. Service management was never made just for IT. Teams from HR to security to facilities to a host of others leverage the practices within service management. And at the end of the day, a request or incident or any type of other core practices are fundamentally the same, regardless of where or with whom they occur. Whether you're dealing with an IT incident, new employee onboarding, customer inquiry, or a business-critical legal question, our requests need to be treated with the same urgency and speed. With that in mind, Jira Service Management, and more broadly, the Jira Unified Cloud Technology Platform that it is built on, empowers every team to take ownership of their service experiences without having to purchase costly add-ons or modules for additional functionality. Whether your teams are in IT, software development, or non-technical functions, our platform powers open and efficient collaboration. Each service team's work varies. Jira Service Management makes it really easy for teams to get started with our pre-made templates. We have templates covering major use cases like IT, HR, facilities, marketing, analytics, and finance. Each template comes with a unique set of requests, issues, and forms, and even workflows to get you going. And in case the default templates are too generic for you, let's take a look at the various elements that allow you to customize it for that perfect fit, starting with workflows. In addition to the workflows we provide in the templates, we also have a workflow library available, powered by our awesome Atlassian community. Some of you are probably watching right now, so thank you. And whether you need to build a workflow from scratch or modify one, it's a simple no-code drag and drop exercise. Additionally, we know that some teams want the power and flexibility that our out-of-the-box ATSM practices give. So that's why we also offer the ability to turn the individual practices on and off in the projects or service desks that you create or are already working on. Once your template is chosen, you're going to want to customize your request forms to fit the work that you do. And this is where the power of our forms experience comes in. We have over 300 pre-built request form templates you can pick from to accelerate the capture of data from customers and business users. The next thing you'll probably look to do is layer on our low-code, no-code automation engine. And we've seen several examples of what you can potentially do with that. All right, now that you have a foundational understanding of Jira Service Management, you also need insight into the pulse of everything that's happening. And that's where customer reports come in. Jira Service Management comes with many default reports, or you can make custom reports with metrics that are most relevant to your work. All reports have custom date ranges and allow you to drill into the details to understand the makeup of the numbers. You can also gather all of these charts into an easy-to-consume dashboard, so your teams have a shared view and leadership can come to one place for all the metrics they need. As you can see by now, Jira Service Management empowers teams of all sizes to deliver services at high velocity. It's the only solution that brings dev, IT, and business teams together on the same service delivery platform and empowers employees to get help wherever they are, whenever they need. With Jira Service Management, we're on a mission to help teams of any kind quickly come together to deliver exceptional service by offering them the best of both worlds, autonomy with alignment. Thank you everyone for attending our session today, and we hope you enjoy the rest of Team 2023.